Welcome back. We are back. The audio is still a work in progress, but we're going forward with our life anyway. Day 18, let us begin. Gaming. So in recent history, I don't know how recent we want to go actually, but we did the room 8 stuff, and we tried to do schoolhouse a few times, couldn't get past classroom 3 for reasons. We did go ahead and get the build up and completion, at least so far, of the Structure of the Sea. Anyway, we dug under the white trees. That's what we did. We got that room, whatever it's called. We accessed the Black Bridge room and got the throne room, which we could have drafted once, but I think for reasons we either couldn't. I don't know if we had enough gems, but we either couldn't or didn't. And I don't exactly remember which. But we have a bigger allowance than we used to by a few. 23 at the beginning of the day, which is nice. What do I want out of life? We did the power hammer too, didn't we? So, what that means is that we don't need the fountain to be open, right? Because we can power hammer, let me think. Not yet, we still need the fountain. Power hammer takes us to the foundation side. So we still need the fountain for a second, but if we can get the boiler and the pump room, and then we can adjust things. And there are other forces at play that will save us. Fine, I'll do another schoolhouse run, but I don't want to because I'm not going to do well. And there are other ways we can avoid needing the fountain, which we will try to do this run because I do want to do it. We do have access to it. That's part of the elevator situation. But yeah, so I think we'll aim this run to do that. I mean, obviously schoolhouse now that we picked that, but schoolhouse, and if not, we will consult the other forces at play. Ooh, classroom here is not bad. Considering my other options, it's the best option to have. And then up. Din is fine. I probably could have saved Din for later, but I think I'll do that. I'm going to be more cautious with what I do early game, because these classrooms really suck. Oh, but you're going to give me another one anyway, aren't you? I'm not happy about that. I sounded like I'm praising a dog, but I'm not. I'm not happy about that at all. I'm out of gems now, suddenly, very quickly. I don't have any items to open that with. So here we go. Security would just drain me, but everything else is dead, so I might as well do security so I have a way to go. Ah! Please don't kill me. This run is already going to struggle. Classroom 3, man, here we are, but we can't do it because we have no gems, which is probably the healthiest thing that's going on in my life right now. That was an exaggeration. My life is fine, but I am happy that I'm kind of forced to not do a classroom right now. I'm gonna go ahead and let steps kind of go. Man, I want to open those, but I really would rather have an item to do it. Apple. Why am I getting an apple here? Is that random, or is that the fact that I didn't walk into a classroom to get an apple? I don't know. Anyway, what do we want to do? Items. Items are going to be huge, so we go into laboratory. Yeah, I've got 2 trunks and 2 fruit because I have 2 classrooms that I haven't gone into. Okay. I don't care about the key card right now. That was the wrong button to get out of it. Thank you. Get into the network. Our beloved password. The Song of the Swan. Saying it fancy made my brain think I had to spell it some way. That's not the normal way. Anyway. Gaming. We want remote terminal access to the laboratory. I don't think there's a single point. The shelter can do something with radiation. I don't know what that's about, really. I kind of want to explore that. I wonder, because we didn't understand SD from the the Dove room, whatever it was called. We did not understand raise the SD, and for some reason I just thought of silo door. It's probably wrong, but at the same time, All of these are good options. Next 3 times I open a locked trunk, 'cause I already have 2 locked trunks, so I have 2 chances to do this. As long as I can get it a freaking... I can use my key to have dice. In fact, let's do that now. I'm only going to waste 2 steps on it. It's probably going to give me a key, or 2 dice. That's arguably better, but that is a debate. Okay, so let's... Onmyoji, let me go. I'm going to go... I don't know where I want to go. I want to go right from here. But I don't want to do stuff just yet. And this is not what I want, but I have 4 of these, so... Can I just refuse? Am I going to get screwed by this? I'm just going to refuse for right now and see if I can force... I can't even force a right hand. But I do need the workshop, and it doesn't hurt to go to foundation, so... I say I need the workshop. I need an item, which that was kind of a crap item considering what I need. Thanks, workshop. Go straight, please. No. Now you're gonna give me a right, of course. I'm gonna freaking redraw. I've got another chest. I know where it is. Frick. Closet. Man, I need these items to make things happen. And of course, it's going to give me... I mean, I do need those, but it's really the worst thing you could have given me. That's not the worst, that's probably exaggerating, but it would have been nice if it had given me a shovel or a... What did we say that correct color actually was on those flags? That's definitely purple, so the peaks are yellow. It was just the purple and the lizard were wrong, and the blueprint wasn't blue on this one. So, Yellow Mountain and Orange Arrow. I don't know how I remember that, but we'll try. Candy Mountain is Yellow Mountain. Sure. Every so often there might be an item in here. It's not something I have seen commonly, but I think we found a magnifying glass once in the past 3 runs. So, oh man, these are some solid options, but I don't like any of them in and of themselves. And I can free redraw, which I always forget I can free redraw from classrooms, which is why classrooms are kind of a solid, nice thing to have. And as such, I'm going to... Do I want to go to the... I really want to just stay on this road. I don't want to keep wasting too many steps. Spare room is important here, because I'm trying to just crawl this wall. Crawl the wall, crawl the wall. Garage is kind of a big deal right now. What are my other alternatives? Stuff like this. Man, I hate this choice. Gosh darn it. Classroom it is, because I can just keep redrawing, and I'll just fill up the middle after the fact. This is the chemistry class. Huzzah! I have no gems once again. But hey, I can keep redrawing 4 times. It won't take me up by nature, will it? This is going to be a painful experience. I'm going to keep trying. I need to go left. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. We'll throw a parlor here. A parlor will get us gems. We're going to go back. We're going to get the chest so we can get 2 reroll dice. That's how English is difficult. That's how we're going to afford college. What do you call it? I've completely forgot what I was going to say, but key go into chest, chest give us key or gem. Or lockpick kit, which is arguably significantly superior. It's going to give us dice, that's what I wanted to say, is that it was going to give us dice. Which I don't really want to use right now. Can I go anywhere if I do this? Not really, I'm just stuck with the parlor. But it's got a key and a gem and a coin. But I can't absorb... So maybe use a redraw here, unfortunately. But do I have to? And I don't even know what I'm shooting for, really. So I guess storeroom because it gives us a gem, which means we can keep doing classrooms, which means we'll have tons of redraws. Gives us a solid key in case the lockpick doesn't work. It's just an insurance play, really, more than anything else. But I don't like it. If I can get a key card, that would take me into the foundation, which would be very helpful. Go ahead and get me the gems out of here. Yeah, sorry. One of the other statements is false, maybe. One of the other boxes contains gems, maybe. If you replace the word one in the other two statements with both, they will both be false. Both the other, that's definitely false. Both the other statements are false. That would be correct. So these are mutually exclusive. If this is true, then this is false by definition. But if this is false, this one could be true, let's say. But one of the other statements, hold on. One of the statements is false. What if this one is false? So hold on. No. If this is true, one of the other statements is false, then one of the other statements is true. Which means this can't be false and this true because this negates this. So this is false. This one has to be false and this one's true. But that wouldn't tell us where the gems are. So if this is true, this is false and this is false, which tells us that the gems are in here because it's not either of the other boxes. Or it's not both of the other boxes. Oh, but it doesn't say that. Meh. If this is true, then replacing this with both will make both false. But it doesn't necessarily negate the original. I think either way that has to be in here, right? Am I dumb? That's the only way I know where the gems are, is if this one is false. One of the other boxes contains gems is ambiguous as to which one. Neither one of these even talk about gems. So in order to know where the gems are, this one has to be false. That's exactly how I concluded that. And it's a really terrible method, logically speaking, but it's a game, so get over it, bro. I'll classroom here because I can. And because I don't think we've gotten... Oh, we did get to classroom 4. Okay. Was classroom 4 the biggest one we did then? Because we have coloring, we have math, we have science, and then we have geography, which is this. Maybe I didn't get here. I don't know. I feel like I put magnifying glass up to one of these, but did I put a magnifying glass up to the book? And it had like the right hand side is because the right hand side is one I remember. 5 out of 7. We'll just start on the right hand side, see if it's consistent, because that's the one we saw. I think the top one and the bottom one are correct. I don't know what the middle sigil is, or I say sigil, whatever that symbol is. I'm not super well versed on all the countries. I know how some of this ties into other stuff, but I'm not 100% on how this actually, like what the correct answer on this is. So I think top and bottom are correct. I don't know about middle. Beautiful. You love to see it. Top and bottom are the same. I hope this isn't a political statement. The middle is different. Top and bottom are the same. The middle is the same in this one, but they got one less score. So let's say 4 out of 7 means 3 would be correct. It could be the 3 on the right. Are all 4 on the left different? So we got bump, we got hump, we got V, we've got diamond. Hump, bump, V, diamond. And you are not hump, are not bump, are not V, and are not diamond. Okay, so this and that one are exclusively different. So this one's 5 out of 7, so this one only missed 2. Or rather, this one got 5 right. I should probably go by right, which means the 3 on the right are right. And it makes up most of these, and 2 on the left, quad, are correct. This one, 3 on the right are correct and 1 on the left, but none on the left side this shared the thing, right? Yeah, none on the left are the same. I'm really confused by that. Hold on. Yeah, they're all different on the left, so you can't, the 3 on the right can't be correct. I think the top and bottom are correct, so the middle must be wrong, which means that 1 on the left side of this is incorrect. And that means that 2 on the left side of this are incorrect. But man, I'm confused by that. We got a couple more we can look at. Let's examine. 5 out of 7. We got, oh, they switched out the bottom ones, the bottom 2. Okay, let's think about that. So instead of a bump and a hump and a V and a diamond, we have a hump and a V and a bump and a hourglass. That was a B minus. 5 out of 7. So this one missed 2. Is there any more? I'll get apple while I'm here. So this one missed 2. And this one missed 2. Can they be the same 2? I don't think so, because again, let's do this square. So we got diamond, V, bump, hump. V is the same, bump is the same. Okay. So this one swapped diamond and hourglass and hump. So I think, oh, hold on, but one of these is correct. So maybe it's this one, diamond and hourglass is swapped. So diamond should be on the left and hourglass on the bottom. It should be hump, V, bump, diamond. If that's the case, hump, V, bump, diamond. The diamond and the hump are swapped on this one. So that's worth taking a picture of. Did I get? There we go. And now let's edit that and just draw what it should be. So it should be hump, V, bump, diamond. Okay, it's not popping up because I'm just sharing my game screen, but you'll see my cursor do weird things for a second. Draw myself. Where's my edit button? I'm not in the application I thought it was. I need to click an edit button. Edit. There we go. So in this one, we just need to swap the diamond and the hump. The hourglass is correct on this one. It's just those 2. Not crop. Where is my freaking markup? That'll work. Blue pen, maybe. Okay, and save options. Save. Okay, so we've got it, but we have the arrow. We have arrows between basically this one up here and this one down here, just an arrow swapping the 2, so that we know the correct answer when it is demanded of us eventually. Okay. Does this give me an era? Can I pull this down any further? Bummer. Iscellipse, in ellipse. This is beautiful, first of all. Mamora, Dauja, Mora, Finmora, and Vea are the planets. Wait, does that mean that this world actually has a full, like, because we have the planetarium and stuff, right? And it has these planets, freaking the observatory as well, has these planets on a stand in the observatory and just kind of on an actual model in the planetarium. This world has a cosmology, which is more than I think is even necessary for this world to have. That's fascinating. Moon cycles, instead of waxing and waning, it's eclipse and eclipse and ineclipse. We have, ooh, these sweeper, brusher, whatever you want to call them. The poofer and the hovel, the one carrying a hoe. We have the outer circle, which has the telescope pointing to it. What else do we have up there? We have someone holding a scroll. I can't see the top because it's too shiny. I can look at it. Oh. I need a magnifying glass, like yesterday. This is wild. Okay, so that's something to look at. There's also this to look at. That's fascinating. The spiral of stars, the south key, the north circle. They actually have a proper cosmology to this whole freaking world. Mora Jai, Vera Korarka, More Raven. I'm guessing this is two halves of the world, right? Orosphere, third era. Oh, it has a title too. And Etsphere, third era. So this is the third era, and this is the two halves of the world. Whereas we just looked at a world map, these are the actual two halves of the globe. We have Orinda Aries is the middle, Araja is the bottom, and Arch Aries is the top, which is more or less what we've heard from the book. Maybe something that was blurred out. We'll get the full version, and it kind of correlates that. Nuance is the west island, because we've seen nuance. I never knew exactly what nuance referred to. Then we have farther nuance, can't really tell, it's too small, but then we have Vera, Morajai, and Korarika. Morajai I know pops up later on. I haven't been reading up super well on some of the other stuff, so that's a thing. But yeah, so now we can do this, and we have that, and man, I really want not hourglass, I really want a magnifying glass. Give me straight or left, or both. I mean, I have a left, but I really want a straight. Kind of poisoning myself by doing this too. Commissary is kind of a good option here. I don't want to lose gems. Core yard takes me down. That's not good. Keep going. Chapel take me up. No. Passageway is the best option so far, but it costs so much. I've got two more rerolls. Dark room is insane, especially when it goes down. Another classroom, it also goes down. Why does everything go down? Just give me a straight then. Cloister of Rena costs everything. Gymnasium cost goes down, of course. Why couldn't I figure that out? That would have been nice. This is just bad. Cloister of Rena isn't terrible, but it's going to cost me all my gems. And I've used the parlor, so I can't easily get more gems. I'm going to keep going. I'm surely I have a better option than this. There has to be a better way. Laboratory would take me up, but I would miss the foundation. And I've already used the experiment, so there's not really a point to this room. I'm going to use my redraws, honestly. Walk-in closet at this economy? No, not here. Last redraw, see what I can get. Mechanarium could theoretically, if I have gear rooms, but I don't. I just have security workshops. That gives me 2. Oh, that's not pleasant. Boiler room takes me up. Done. Deal. And then first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through the foundry. Foundation. I keep calling it foundry. Why do I call it foundry? It's not a foundry. Don't have items, but this can at least take me maybe left and or right. I mean, classroom's not a bad idea, especially since we haven't seen it so far. Takes me up. So we'll do it. Give me apple. Where is teacher's desk? Way back here, okay. Art prompt. Draw 2 things that share all but one letter of their name. Oh, this is for the signs like this, like clock and lock and plane and pane and hose and house and stage and stag. Yeah, we're good. We have a bride. We have a plane. I don't think these are related to each other. As I'm thinking about it, car, like normally car and cars go together. Dessert and desert. Pry and pray. Stag and stage. Art class, very nice. Hello, statue. I wish I could meet you. So far, that's a no. Let's see, what is bride normally with? Bride and bridge. Plane and pane. Car and cart. Yeah, I did the rest, okay. Okie dokie, what do we have here? Draw two things that share but one tooth and two. Spelled differently, Josh, but good try. Acorn and corn. That's an A. You got an A for it, Laura A. Table or root? Root and robot. Actually, it's only a B. Yeah, that is a surprising one. It's clever. Why'd you? Oh, you got a B because it was a B. I get it. I get it. I was like, why did you get a B? That's actually really smart. But no, it's literally this game right here. Okie dokie. Now that we've done that, lockpick kit. Do not fight me, game. Take me forward in a way that doesn't cost me gems. And actually, give me gems. I would prefer you give me gems. I also am going to be greedy. That's honestly a solid position right now. Right now, this is a solid thing to go for. It's dangerous, but I think I'm going to go for it. Because it's pretty often you can buy gems. Now that I say that, we can't buy gems this time, I'm sure. But normally you can buy gems. Yep, lost gems, okay. Shovel, sleeping mask, salt shaker, probably the best three so I can keep my steps up at best. Can't pick this lock, okay, let's use a key and go to the right. Classroom we can't afford, because we're broke. Can you give me a gem, please? No? How do I increase my permanent gym count, like, every day? Is there a way to do that? Because that would be nice. Can't afford a foyer. Guess I'm getting a hallway. Which is probably locked at every turn. And I bet I can't pick either one of them. I got this one, nice. Can't afford nothing. I think Classroom's kind of a cursed run. Because we still got 5, right? We got 5 of 8, but it's such a yikes. It really is just a terrible thing to have. Because you can't keep your gems. And if you can't keep your gems, it's going to be a bad time. Old shoe, nice. Broken lever, that's helpful if I ever can get the green room. I am pointed that way from the hallway and the dark room, but I have no luck, and therefore it does not matter. I can't get the locksmith, and everything is death except for weight room, so... Did I not do the dining room yet? No, I think I'd passed on it. Okay. This doesn't cost me as much as I can gain from the dining room, since I have already gotten to a high level of thing. I love when I can't go anywhere because of locked doors. Do I have anything I can dig? Probably not. Nope, I think this is a failed run. 30-minute long failed run. Lovely. I'll go into the dark room, but I was trying to avoid that because it was very unideal. Where am I facing? Oh, because Chapel doesn't have a door that way, that's right. Does anything have... No, nothing in the back. Sometimes they get you with that stuff. Hey, we have something in the back. But they do not. Go right to the dark room and YOLO. And how much you want to bet that the dark room has security doors? So I won't be able to get in because I don't have the utility box. It's likely. There it is. Called it. Can't even pick it. Yep, it is dead in the water. Well then, I guess we will call it a day. But we are not calling it a video because we are going to make progress. Let's see, other things I want to do. I did also break open the key thing. Secret key brick wall we did. There's one or two other things that the power hammer can do, but they're not so significant that I really want to focus on those. In which case, I think the best option is to go with our elevator thing and just kind of passively see if we can get something to come out of this. Just a passive run, you know. I'll go ahead and use office. It's not a bad idea. Because I can get my stuff recovered. Sometimes it also has items, which is why it's a decent choice. What's funny about this one is you can click it really early. So by the time it's done moving, you're just opening it. Thank you. To the left. No left. Why not? Storeroom it is. No items, which is fine because it's kind of rare in the storeroom, but it does happen. We want to go straight. Now we're going to go to the trader. Not the trader if we can help it. Maybe the trader actually. Trader would not be bad, but probably tool shed I want more. Let's look at our thing. How many of the outer rooms? We've done every outer room except the shrine, right? I might just do the shrine. Yeah, just to say I have it. There's the found ones I have not. Oh, conservatory, that's what it's called. Conservatory and throne room I've never done, but I want to. How much does throne room cost again? 5 gems. Oh my gosh. Those we added. We haven't done all the shops. I know of, what, 2 of those, I think? That one, it's the morning room. We've gotten the bacon before, I think, but we have not actually gone there and drafted it. We have all of those. We somehow don't have all of these. Oh, I know. I don't know. All of those off the top of my head. And I have no way of knowing which ones I'm missing from here, but I think I know one that I'm missing from there. So yeah. Last time I should have gone garage. Garage would have been a better run. Maybe tool shed. Hey, we got a hammer. That's nice. Hey, we got a magnifying glass. That's even nicer. Even nicer for all the lore. It's just sad I couldn't have it when I had. I guess I did. I had it and didn't go back to the classroom for the maps, did I? Oops. Sorry. I did a stupid. We will do. How do I have 2 gems? Hold on. I got one from the office. I one from the storeroom. That's right. I was like, I used that. Hold on. Yeah, we'll keep our stars going up. Stars are helpful, especially the more you compound them. Diamondus Major. Now we can draft a throne room if we want to. So yeah, here's the planets. I've already forgotten all of their names, but you know, it's fine. Out of all the options, bedroom is the most efficient and useful. And sleep mask, so it's even more efficient and useful. Den is a good point here. No chest, but we do get a gem. Where can a throne room be? I'm trying to think about that. Also, this is kind of crap, but I'll go ahead and, because I can't go forward, that's the crap of it, but no options to go forward, so we'll go backwards and just use up the rooms if we can. This box contains gems. Well, hopefully. All statements that contain the word gems are false. That would be bad. This box is not empty. So this could be true, and this could be true, and this could be false, which makes this one the one with the gems. But if this one is false, this could be true and this could be true. Or these could both be false and this one could be true. I mean, if this one is true, then this one is false, right? Because it has the word gems on it. So that just kind of kills itself. It has to be false. Because even if it's true, it's false. And if it's false, it's false. I don't know. That one doesn't make any sense. So it's either this one or this one. This box is not empty. This box contains gems. So these are mutually exclusive. There has to be a way to solve this, right? That's kind of what I'm going for. But I think it's a 50-50 on this one. It just sucks. They're mutually exclusive. Either this one has gems or this one has gems. So one of these is true and one is false. If this is true, then it's false. And if it's false, then it's true. So I don't think this one even counts, because it can't really negate itself. That doesn't make sense. So if it's true, then this one's false. And we have true, true, false. And if this one is false, then this one's true, and this one would be false. We'd have false, false, true. So yeah, it really is a 50-50. I mean, for that matter, these two could both be false, but this can't be true. Because the only way this is true is if it's false, you know? Trying to see, we could also interpret this kind of collecting these two, right? So if this is true, then both of these are false. And if this is false, both of these are true. But some of them could be false. Right, so let's say this one is false. It's not true that all statements containing the word gems are false. So if that's okay, if not all statements doesn't mean no statements or all statements are true. Like, that's not exactly correct. It just means that not all statements containing the word gems are false. So this would be false. This one could be true, and this one would be false. I don't know, we're gonna click this one and just go with that. Basically, the entire point of that was that if this is true, it becomes false because it says all statements. If this is false, it doesn't have to be every statement. So it doesn't necessarily have to contradict itself. Is what I concluded. And then I sped run to what I think is the logical conclusion of that, which was that the white one had it. But I could be wrong, or stupid, or both. Give me that. I will take my steppies. Are you going to hand me more gems now that I'm not on a school run? This is kind of atrocious. The fact that it's just handing me stuff is really kind of infuriating after last run. It's just over here. Oh, please do all of these things. I have the sleep mask, so I'm gonna make sure I don't have any need for steps in the future. I think I already looked at that journal, so I'm going to ignore it for now. Let me know if I haven't. And then we keep going over here. I'm probably going to draft this and then double back. I want to draft this to the left and double back to the corridor section. Never mind, I'm just going to go back to the corridor, actually. I got the tool shed already, so no worries there. We have a vault or we have a billiard room. Honestly, both are cool, but I don't have a vault key, so there's not really a point to the vault right now. And I kind of want to go to the throne room and reclaim my throne, as it says I should. 15. Plus 2 is 17. Plus 8 is 25. Minus 15 is 10. Minus 3 should be 7. 10 minus 1 is 9. Times 1 is 9. Times 2 is 18. 16 divided by 1 is 16. Divided by 4 is 4. Divided by 2 is 2. Quick maths. Honestly, I think I'll Nook. Chapel's solid, but I don't want to lose the coins I have because those are going to be valuable, possibly. To the right. Nothing goes that way. Okie dokie. Give me items. Gem and dice. Dice is pretty good insurance at this point now that I've only got one way to go. And I'm backtracking through a bedroom, so it's pretty safe. Ooh, options. We love options. They're not exactly helpful though, so I'll do the free one. They're not helpful because they're facing down. Give me a left or both. Boudoir is my left. Security is not what I meant by both, so we'll do boudoir. It gives me dice. It gives me nothing there, but it does give me a jewel back here. For my Christmas present. Hooray! I probably will not be filling up the entire map on this one. Unless we can get something real fancy out of the side of the foundation. Got my 10 steps out of that, that's nice. Courtyard's pretty solid. If we're trying to fill up the map, that's a pretty good idea. And we got nothing, that's sad. Dig. Turn it. And dig. That's not fun. Yep, no lockbox, no items. That's just boarded up, yeah. Already had the shovel, no more dig spots. Okay, we want something straight. What would still be straight? We already used workshop, dining room, maybe chapel here. The drawing room is good too, drawing room works. I don't think I've ever seen items in here, honestly. Zero 415, go. So 4th up is the way we would need to go if we could actually access him. Why does that look like a button? Do you have another one? Another lever? I really wish I could get a good look at him too. It looks like a him. But I have no idea who him is. Maybe a child next to him? Or just a leg that's posed really weird? I can't tell. Okie dokie. We can always get a free redraw from this room, but we want to go to the right. Commissary. Actually, all of these are solid options. But I think I'll commissary because I have money. And I can see if I'm lacking in anything. Banana. Could get 2 keys. I don't think that would be a bad idea. 9 gems is probably plenty, but I could also get 1 set of gems, 1 key. I think I'll do that. We can afford banana. All of these exist. I think I'll coat check because I don't actually need any of the other ones here. I don't really need coat check to save anything, but I'm gonna have it. I have it in case I get some super weapon or something to vanquish my foes with. Chapel's not a big deal now because we're not worried about money. We've already done the money thing. I do wonder who's hiding behind the back of this, right? Who is our final angel? The back of it's always boarded up, so it's not like there's a switch on the back of the thing. That's what we looked at last time. Also the Mount Holly emblem. But we'll keep going northward. Mount Holly gift shop. I always get that when I run out of money. It's funny how that works. I don't need to worry about that right now. You're locked, aren't you? Yep. But are you locked? Nope. I kind of want to go straight, but do I have any straight rooms? Dark room. I don't like it, but it's there. I'm going to take it because I think there are certain rooms that cannot be... Yeah, go ahead. Where is my dining room? 3rd row? Yeah. I think I will draft a utility closet first. Not here, I don't suppose. Let me go back down to foundation. I don't have an aquarium, I don't have a furnace, so I might consider those if there's a good place for them. But otherwise, I didn't dig here. Coin. Coin. I was kind of trying to speak into existence, but turnip. Shoe. This is a good way I could go out front if I needed to in a pinch. I didn't think about that before, but I can get out front. Treasure trove. That's one of the things I wanted, and it goes up. I think it does. It's kind of dark, but it looks like it goes up. Give me lots of money, and I'll go ahead and open this. The true treasure of the trove is not in the house. That's true. It's probably the under area. But I can't guarantee that because I don't actually know. I know where these come from, and so I suspect it's in reference to that, but can't be sure. These are not great options. I want to go both directions, bruh. Give me an aquarium or something. I mean, honestly, gymnasium's not a bad pull. I'll go to the right, see if I can get utility closet. Can I get shoes? No, I got car keys. That's not helpful. I ain't got a garage. I will want one. Utility closet. Hey, I got one. I can fix darkroom with that. I've got the steps for right now. I can turn off the gym though, honestly, so no, yes, and yes. So that saves me a little headache. And then straight, right, left, everything above. Mechanical, how many mechanical rooms do I have? I have utility. I have... Man, it's hard to see. I have workshop, utility. Coat check it's tomorrow room. Okay, I just got 2, but that takes me straight. And I don't want to use my rerolls, so I don't want to use it. I mean, I could do rub, but I don't feel like it. Oh, that's not where I expected you to be. I don't mind, I don't guess, but just surprise. Could have warned me first. Vault here, I get 40 change, and I can get more keys from the commissary, so actually I'll do that. I will take that deal today, sir. Actually, I can go to the Mount Holly thing and buy stuff for 66, I think. Let me be careful and not spend it just yet, but I could theoretically save up, so. How about we consider saving up? Key. Take me left if you're going to take my key. Cloister of Rinna. I will happily pay for that. I've got the gyms. I can afford more gyms. I can go to the gym. Take it. Give me the keys. Inside of the car keys, I can get whatever odd items in here. Hopefully some gems and keys. Secret garden keys, not a bad option. Battery may or may not be helpful at this point. I will have to play around with that. I can't go really particularly anywhere downward from here, so I'm not going to get every room once again, but no surprises there. That's kind of every time. I'll have to use a key. This is a good option. But now I want a gym, because I can't afford throne room at the moment. I have missed a gym somewhere. Good to know. We want more of them, which is probably not going to be many because we haven't come across one so far. That's fine. Back. Turn to security menu and do an experiment. We are encroaching on 1 hour. So I hope the left door is locked. If the left door is locked, then I can use the secret garden key, which will take me to the left side, which I'm already pretty close to. Office is on, but laboratory is not. We're going to use the connection for it because the shelters have no use. I don't know if there's any particular benefit to having all four online, but immediately it's a solid option. Get one key, set your steps to 40, spread down the driveway. None of those are particularly useful. I guess I'll go for the keys just because I'm kind of key hostage. And I have a dining room that's waiting for me. Gain one key for every 2 hallways, sure. I gained one key, and I have corridor and hallway and courtyard. So it always rounds down, which I thought was true, but wasn't entirely sure because I'd forgotten. Where would I have missed a gym? I don't know, I have to go through and Luke. It's a nail, nice. Give me that, give me that. That will help me find keys, which is a pro plus positive. Coins are always welcome. We love coins here. I will take it. Any more on this side? We just had the one. That's not unusual, but thought I saw something. That stays open, which is nice. So we will come over here. Oh, that's what that did. I forgot. Feast your eyes on the sigil. But yeah, we're going to go over here and put that back because we don't really care about that anymore. We've seen it. It's cool. I have a garage right next to me. What am I doing? I can't enter it from 2 sides. That's correct. Is that a coin? No, it's an apple. I was like, why is there a thing over here? I said coin, I meant gem anyway. I know I have a gem lying around somewhere, so. But I stupidly said, is that a coin? Can I reach the back of this? I can't. Okay, what is on the back of it when it's pulled like this? The moon. Okay, that makes sense. It has four sides, so that checks out. Tool shed, no reason to go back for that. Okay, so I go turn one lever, I get two lever. Well, I can't really access the other lever, but fun fact, when the lever is showing on this, there's a reverse, yeah, there's a lever on the other side. That's what I'm trying to say. Give me my lever back. And you can access the lever on the back if your secret garden comes before your garage, but ours comes after, so we're kind of unfortunate on that one. Unfortunate that we cannot access that. I may double check that assumption later on if I have the steps, but I'm under the assumption we cannot access it. Honestly, not bad, any of them. I'll go ahead and do mailroom. Maybe pantry will re-show, or maybe I can roll for it. Maybe I can have something if I'm here. No? Why do you never give me nice things, game? Whatever. So we want security to go right, and we have a reroll in case it doesn't. And we'll spend a key on it too. We got the library for free. I'll take it. No reroll necessary. But no gems. Thank you. I love that. Coin. Key. Very nice. We take that, absolutely. Okay, we can go to the dark room, the gift shop now. Any chance on money making? Probably not. We can also go cloister left. Let's do that first. Cloister left. Yeah, I figured that. The study. We've never gotten the study one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Even though it's a dead end, it's valuable. We get money, which I didn't expect. Usually there's a gem or something over here, I feel like, but this is again the game. Draft and raft, craft and raft. What do we want to do? Smile and mile, vile and Burks. Viral? Vile and viral. I didn't like that one. I don't either, so. Acre and Ace, Face and Ace, which is the entry hall. Lace and Ace. Coat and Cat. Nope. Cold and Old, although they could have gone Coat and Cat. That would have been fun. I don't know if it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Anne and Babbage, the lead chief maid person, if we can commission new artwork for all the rooms of the house, which is the puzzle. We need them produced in sets of two, a pair for each room. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional to think that this can be pulled off by Thursday. Yeah, that's kind of a crazy thing to ask for a single artist. Also, that's kind of sketchy. Just saying. Give me your blueprint. So we'll get to this in a second, but there is a queen here, and I have the office, right? I thought I drafted an office. I did. Okay, cool. So queen and king are taken care of. Nook has the rook. Chapel has the bishop. Um, Observatory has a knight. For that matter, security has a knight too, and literally anywhere has a pawn. I have them all. Yes. Okay. This was our objective. I said I wanted to do stuff in the elevator room. This is going to be the elevator stuff. Okay, so we have queen, d8. It's literally the only thing. d8. Date. It's date. It's this one. It's like, okay, we have a date for this one. Okay, but that doesn't help us, right? But is there a date that is date? There's only 1 month that starts with D, and it's December. So, December 8. Voila. And if you recall my blabbering, if you watched my blabbering during, hold off. If you watch the blabbering that I had when we entered the drawing room, the one that goes forward and like all the way through, the drafting room, the one that's blue, it had the miniature bank, right? And the miniature bank, I said, kind of tied to this one. So it had the miniature vault and the miniature setup was of this room, which is December 8th. But next to that, or across the room from that, there was a November calendar pinned up, which showed us November 7th was day one, but also This room being December 8th, and the November calendar being right next to it, meant November 8th was that one. I don't know if I properly explained it, but that's that. December the 8th. M, I think. Probably Mary. Be prepared for aka Mom, Mary Marigold, aka Mary S. I had a way to remember this. Hold on. Epsom salts. Yeah. Mary Epsom, something like that. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or two. It's all lining up, and all of our hard work is about to come to fruition. I've just learned that several members of the museum's guard are sympathetic to our cause. We suspect two more to be pure opportunists whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. Your uncle has already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red print we have secured of the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. We should begin these trials without delay once you arrive. If you can, within the next 2 months, fabricate some fiction that might alleviate us of the presence of the service staff. Until we meet on the shore of the White Sands, Caleb. Close exhibit. Do you have to add it? Yes, I do. Now we have 7 envelopes, and I suspect the last one's in the throne room. It's just a theory, but so yeah, basically our mom. Also, this is if we draft or if we count small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes, and the face ace is given to you here in case you don't understand that one. And unused paintings for no particular reason. I think there's a thing about unused paintings, but I think they're genuinely unused and the letters don't matter all that much, but I could be wrong. So yeah, this kind of goes back to Uncle Herb agreeing to help out with the theft of the crown. And what we shall hopefully see if we can draft it. I only have 1 key and 2 locked doors, so I don't know how we're going to deal with that, but I'm also glitchy as I'll get out. Hold on. Where are we going? Down to the left. Hello, vault. I can go buy keys, that's right. Let me go buy keys. Stepping. What am I going to do? Hold on. Let me think. I'm going to go to the foundation and open the north lever, obviously. I may go out the front from there and do the elevator thing. And then come back into the entrance hall, go ahead and walk over to the dining room and get the steps. I think if I can do that, I will. Down to the commissary, okay. We have 5 gems, but we may go ahead and get a couple more. We'll get the key to, I don't want to spend past 40, so that's why I'm kind of being cautious on how many I buy. I think we'll stop there. That should be plenty for anything I need. Should be plenty for anything I need. Banana. Back into here, going down. Is it faster to come back in the foundation and take like 5 steps, or... Yeah, it's probably faster to come... No, it's probably not faster to come to the foundation for the step count, honestly. Maybe it is. No, because I want to go to the puzzle, that's right. I want to do the puzzle out front. So, no, we'll just come through the front door and not worry about coming all the way back through the underground, because it'll take more steps that way. Okay, nothing here that I'm missing or forgetting about, so that's comforting. Pushing that. It's already open here. I don't really want to walk all the way to get the gym over there, so we're not going to. That's already set up, so we don't need to. We just step over here. Slide in here, take it to the right. Or to the left, I mean. Stip, step, stip, step, stip, step, stippy step, stip, step, stip, step, stippy step, stip, step. Pull the lever. And now we can get back to room 46 and figure out what we're doing with our lives. I think maybe I do want to come over here just because I want to figure out what those two sections were, right? Because we looked down and we saw two things in a waterfall right next to them. But this is just one segment. Mount Holly is really far to our left, so it's not going to be this one. We didn't open it. It doesn't stay open. Duh, stupid. But yeah, aside from that, I don't know what the second one would be. I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetful and it's stupidly obvious, but eventually we're going to want to use a boat. This may actually cut it kind of close to getting to the dining room. But that'll give us 20 steps, which should be plenty to get back up to there, maybe. I also want to go by the workshop. In fact, I'll do the workshop when I'm doing the dining room. And hopefully we'll just have enough steps. Going down. Also, don't forget, this is a sigil shape, so that's relevant. The fact that we have been excavating all of this out of buried rock is relevant. The fact that these glass doors all have the sigil on them is relevant. It's all meaningful. It all means something. We have these gates, but we see these two, right? One of those is the red door, but I don't think both of them are. Here we go. And I can't look at things while I'm doing that. Okay. Office is 1 to the left. Study is 2 from the top. Security is diagonal from that. Okay. Office, 1 to the left. Whatever it was called, 2 from the top. Security, diagonal from that. Nook is 2nd from the bottom on the right. Chapel is 1, 2, 3, 4 above it. And then pawn will just find a place because so many rooms have pawns. It's just, yeah, easy. And voila, the chess pieces. Choose your piece to receive a new permanent power. We'll go from the right to the left. I honestly think the cracking might mean something, but probably not. You may draw floor plans up to four times while drafting the four corners. It's only the four corners, so it's kind of bad. Bishop. You don't have to pay tithes. Instead, you'll gain 30 jewels the first time you enter the chapel each day with the power. Not bad for a money run, but in general, I don't know that's the most important thing. Banner of the King. Each day you may choose a color. You will be more likely to draw those colored rooms. No. I don't see how that's particularly useful. More likely is something, but like that's really only good for like unlocking these doors and then like having seen each room once and then that's it. So might be good for a lore run, but that would be it. Gambit of the Queen. Each time you draft a room on the Queen side, aka the West Wing, you lose 5 steps, but you gain a key. That just sounds punishing, honestly. Tonight, you can add the armory to your draft pool, which would be nice. We haven't seen it yet, obviously, so that would be nice to see. It's actually got some really nice stuff in it, which is why I always go with that one. And by always, I mean the one time I've played this game before this. Ambition of the Pawn. When you reach rank 8 each day, you may choose Knight, Bishop, Rook, or Queen. Gain the power of that piece until the end of the day. But when I reach rank 8, I'm basically almost done with the run, so there's not really a long... If that was like reach rank 3, it's like absolutely that's the one. But 8 is way too far down to even consider it, so we're going to go with the Knight. Do you accept this power? Yes. There we go. You may give up this power by returning to the chamber on any future day and unlocking pieces again, but that means we have to redraft all the rooms. So we chose the knight, which is a base choice, but we'd have to get all of those same, not necessarily those same rooms, but all the same pieces again if we want to redo this and do like the king again in the future. Okie dokie. So we did that. And now we have the potential to draw the armory. The armory is really good for an early run draw, and it absolutely can do that. I don't know if it's particularly likely to do it, but I've definitely done it on multiple occasions, so it's not unlikely for it to happen. Let us see. That way is back into there, but we don't want to do it. We want to go through the entrance because we lose steps going through all of that, and so it would end up being worth more steps to do it that way than this way. We just go straight until we get to, yeah, we pass the bedroom, which is going to help us with steps and so all of that stuff, yeah. Look for fruit along the way because we did Secret Garden. So we can help her run steppies. The bedroom helps our steppies. Not over here, is it? Okay, good. We have fruit over here. Left. Fruit. Don't remember what room this one requires. The trophy room. Well, I'm not going to be getting, actually, yeah, it takes 5, I think, and it gives us 8. So I could, but I'm not going to count on it, you know. And then the workshop. I don't think I can even get to the side of the workshop I need to make this particularly useful. That's the super shovel. I don't have a broken lever this time, I guess. So yeah, I can't do anything. I thought I could, but maybe it's the lever I'm missing. I don't know. Not for the power hammer, but for the other thing. Okay, I have 3 keys and a dream, 50 steps, which is not bad. I'm not having to draft anything, so I know exactly where I'm going. "50 steps is rough when backtracking, but if you know what you're doing, then it's not too bad." Going to the right. Yes. Going to lose a coin, but that's okay. Instead, we're going to gain banana. Going to come over here, and it's only going to cost 40 for us to get swim trunks, which gives us a pair of trunks in the pool. We would just need to drain the pool, which is fine. Unlock deer mode if we buy that. I don't know that we've been to the master bedroom. Maybe we have. I don't think we have. And we need to get the 8 trophies for that, and this is coming soon. It's probably a DLC, and there's probably going to be some more significance to it, I'm sure. Since I only have 3, let me start in the dark room. That's it. Do I have a lever here? Maybe the one gem I didn't have earlier. Can I go to the left? Actually, can I get a throne room, please? The armory. Well, the armory's not bad. Takes me left. I've got more opportunities for stuff, so let me just go ahead and do it, I guess. So here's what we get. This is a nice shield that will save you from the negative effect of a red room when you do it. You can only do it once per day, I think. Yeah, once per day. It says that if I just use my eyes instead of going from my memory. But basically, so like if you get the weight room, right? Oh, 2 things. If you get the weight room, you're saved from losing half your steps. Is why this is so important. You can do that. You can just save yourself from that one effect, and it's massive. Also, if you're in the dark room and you're drafting, you can still use that, and you'll see which rooms are red rooms, and you can intentionally avoid them. So it's kind of a sneaky way to avoid the dark room screwing you. Did I call it the red room? The dark room. It's a sneaky way to avoid pulling red rooms from the dark room. This guy is basically a sledgehammer, but also you gain a star. This guy is super useful. I don't know if you can get him multiple times, but you can permanently get rid of the cost, the gem cost of a room. So like, in theory, if we got the right run, we could make the classrooms free. Otherwise, and that's probably what I want to do with it. Otherwise, you can make something expensive like the throne room or the cloister free, or the attic, or pick anything you want to. But it costs 32 coins, whereas everything else costs 8. There's also one that goes here, which is it lights candles for the short version, and there are important things about that. I think we'll take aquarium here, because I'll probably get a key from it. I'll get that for sure, but I will also be able to dig. I didn't get anything for once. Okay, that's pretty often I get a coin or a key there. Man, you're gonna be harsh on me, aren't you? I'll take it, but give me both directions and make it free. Actually, you kind of did with the vestibule. That's not bad. I think I just won the lottery with that one. Gosh. I walk in, only one door is locked. It's not this one. I got the study so I can redraw floor plans with gems now. I'll go ahead and do this one just so I keep it free. Yeah. I'll add money to my allowance. Oh, look, a key card. I've never needed you. There we go. Can I get throne room, please? Also, I only missed 2 squares. That's really sad. That makes me very sad. Trophy room. I might as well do it just so we can see it, because it doesn't give us anything. I mean, it gives us gems, right? But it doesn't give us anything in particular. So I will go ahead and trophy room. Closed exhibit would not be valuable here. So actually, let me double check. Yeah, it's not valuable here. I can't show any of its cool stuff on this run, so I'll have to do that some other time. But trophy room has a pile of gems on it. That's our 8 gems. We have a chair. We have a rhino. We have this rhino. We have the same thing in the entrance hall. It's just a list of trophies. And then we have the actual trophies sitting in here, so we can and kind of, what did that say? We can admire ourselves. Back, previous, next, so we can scroll through them. Inheritance trophy, day 1 trophy, the trophy of speed. So those are the 4 I have right now, but we can get all of them and they'll all just sit in there. And that's what this room does. That's all this room does, is really give you gems. Ooh, but we have, let's name our map. I'm trying to figure out what's the land and what's the sea. I don't know, I don't even recognize the islands on that. Gosh. Okay, so we did all that, so let's go back over to the other side and go into room 46, and we can see what is actually in room 46 because we have yet to go back. Take it. Mm-hmm. That's still bottom. I wonder if that stays each day. I'll find out tomorrow, because I will just skip to it. Trying to think though. There's some stuff to do with the cloister, and I don't know where the setup for that is. I'll have to figure out where the setup for that is. Because I kind of want to stop ignoring that and just use it to my advantage, but we don't have the setup, so what am I supposed to do? guess I'll Sightseer's Guide. I don't know if I've done that yet. Oh wow, look at that, so cool. Oh, actually an allowance token. How did that happen? Oh, because I reached the room, because I had the quest, so the quest bedroom does that. Okay. Let me in. Okay, so this is room 46. Lots of things to note. These say 130. This says, whatever it says 235. All of them are running, probably at a different speed. On here we have lots of things. That's all of these symbols from the different locations, so that's something interesting. We have a fireplace, which I'm not entirely sure is an actual fireplace. We have the moon. So right here we have Epson, and this is a female. Probably Lady Epson, if I had to guess. Lady Clara Epson. We have the Sinclairs, and I'm going to guess that that is Uncle Herbert, because I'm not entirely sure. Actually, realistically, it's not. Realistically, that's going to be Simon Sinclair, who married Lady Epson, I believe. And they had our mom, who is... But no, that's not right. Simon Sinclair married our mom. So our mom was Mary Epson. So maybe that's Mary Epson. This is Simon Sinclair. But that's not right either. No, because it's Simon... Hold on, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, no, Simon Sinclair married Lady Epson, right? Because we found that out in the ballroom. Well, we found out from the family tree that was in the root cellar. But their dancing together picture was Simon and Lady Epson. But even though Simon Sinclair was a Sinclair, our mom was Mary Epson, not Mary Sinclair. I don't know, that's a weird situation. I guess I didn't think that through particularly hard, but I don't know. Anyway, Sinclair, Epson, mom was an Epson. We are a Jones, because our dad was a Jones, I believe. So this is probably us, with the Jones family crest, which is a swan, and holly, and a spade. And I think that's a treble clef. Can't really tell what that is. This one's just a holly, because Mount Holly. This one is the swan over two spades. And then we come over here. It's empty, first of all, but it's also Marigold, which was not our mother's actual name. It was her pen name. But it has holly, swan over two things. But that takes holly and swan over two things and shoves them together. Whereas ours is kind of weird. It's swan over one spade and holly mixed with that, which is probably for Jones. Like our dad was this. Our mom, because our mom was Marigold, right? So she's got all of this going on. And that's us. So mom on the left and dad on the right. Dad was a musician, maybe? I don't know. It's a really big stretch. Also, these are permanently at 1:30. And this one is 3 o'clock, so I've missed my window for whatever that is. Here is the crown of the blueprints, the former ruby crown of Arinda Ares, recently set with freshly cut sapphires. This was the crown that was stolen, and it was rechanged from red to blue, and the rubies that we've been collecting were cut out from it and replaced with sapphires. The first time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, gain 1 gem and redraw floor plans. So it's a one-time use item, and I don't think it's all that useful. But then we have this, a sanctum key. And that's kind of the next part of this. So we can open the drawer and find this. The secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. I don't know if there's anything to find in here. I'll look though, since I have my glass. Is there any pattern? Or Riso S? No. this at room NT. No, I don't think every white one or every purple one means anything. I'm just looking for small strangenesses. We is kind of weird. So that's the whole "hey, we're threatening you" thing that we got from some of the other red letters. And if you remember in the mail room, we got that small note. Did they ever figure out who was stealing the mail or whatever? And the former groundskeeper was fired. I recall it was because he was suspected of being the one who stole stuff. So they thought he was the one doing the blackmailing, and so they fired him. Anyway, then there's this. Numbers 1 through 8 and the map. 8 realms in 8 months, but we don't know anything about time. We know the 8 realms, but we don't know the months. So we're going to ignore that for now. Can't open this side of the thing. This is probably the dining room, or the... let me think. It's got a couch and 2 things. I suspect dining room. Could theoretically be conference room. But it's only got 2 doors. So maybe library. Because the library has the table in the middle. I don't know, hard to tell. And then this one I have absolutely no idea about, because nothing's a giveaway on that. You have a square and you have a doohickey and a thing. Don't know. Then there's this. I don't think there's any significance on this note. Moon. Okay, yeah, so we'll just read it. First key found here on the furthest rank. It's the key that we just found. The second locked tight in the vault of a bank. Well, we drafted a vault, so that's something. There might be a second key in there. The third is high up among all the clocks, which we've actually seen the room. We don't have it in the draft pool, but we had the option to draft it previously. We'll have to draft that room. The fourth down below beneath all the docks. Well, there is dock, aka pier, aka boat, aka reservoir. So there's one down there. The fifth key is held by a king on his throne, so probably throne room. The sixth in a station left by one of your own, which is really ambiguous. What does it mean station? What does it mean of your own? There are ways to get more letters in the mailroom, and I think because we got the one letter that we've seen from Dad, I think that's what it means. The sixth in a station left by one of your own. It was mailed to us from the train station or whatever. It came through train, whatever. It was mailed to us by Dad, is how I interpret that so far. The seventh is major if you draft it quite late. Major is weird, but we know the whole, first of all, Major Nicholas Key the Fourth, but also we have the music room gives us a major and minor key. It says if you draft it quite late. So maybe if we draft it far in the back of the estate, or just late in our run, like time-wise, then it can show up as the major key. And then the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8, which is really mysterious, but we'll see how that means. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. So since sigils have been a thing, that will come back to haunt us, basically. And look, it's all the stuff that we found in the, not all of it, but it's that thing from the picture in the puzzle room, the gallery. We can see the grass, we can see the back of the house. I want to come out here at some point, and I have a pet theory that when we do all of these, this will open up and we can go through or something like that. That'd be nice. Maybe there's more to it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Okay, so 42, so we can go back down and open the sanctum and see what that looks like. Man, I hate jitter, whatever. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Don't choke me, please. Study. Clock room. So yeah, there's a key in there somewhere. We'll just have to keep collecting vault keys until we get it. Vault keys are an item that we get. You can dig them up. And I also realize we have to go back to the beginning because that's down. Um, but anyway, yeah, you can dig up a vault key, but usually they're found in a closet or walk-in closet or something of that nature. And so that's how we're gonna have to play the vault. But yeah, so that's our next major project, is to get every sanctum key and figure the sanctum stuff out. So now we come out here with our meager 28 steps and we descend into the underworld. Yeah, I don't have anything I think is particularly useful, and I don't have the trader to try and trade for stuff I need. We have the cloister. Pet theory, and it won't cost too many steps. Does anything change over here? Because it says our luck increases, but luck is not a real stat. Is it like luck, wink, wink, hint, hint? And something changes over here because we did this. And it would be a secret unto eternity if we did not do it. That's still closed. That's the minecart area, which doesn't matter to us. But we come into here, we have it drafted. Has anything changed about this place? Not that I see. Yeah, we still need the morning room. It's the green room we haven't seen. And he was afraid. Truth be told, I've forgotten how to access the inner garth and I'm too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. But we have Rinna as the cloister person, which is what he wanted. Did that unlock or do anything? I don't know. Also, what was his name? I want to remember his name. Robert Nogula. I'm also going to turn this off just to see if the elevator disappears. Oh, it's got the dots and the dot goes away. Okay. So it becomes inactive. Good to know, good to know. I do want to understand what my luck improving means. And how that relates to this area. Maybe there's more to do. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. Smile. Happy little walk through our downstairs area, where we're going to use a sanctum key. We're going to send the foundation thing up, I think. Actually, I might as well test it, right? No harm in testing. Slide to the right. Alright, so we have to go all the way across here, but yeah, so anyway, in the deep, meaning we have to drain this and find something down there. We've also got that, whatever that goes to. So we'll look into all of that draining stuff next. Now that we have sanctum keys and a reason to go. Now that we've seen room 46 again. I did have the boiler. I could have redone this and let us go in there, but there's not really a point now. My steps are low and they're not going to get better. I am slightly worried about the fact that it says the last key is within the last room of 8. Like, how do I get inside the room of 8? And I don't know if last means like the last available or how. What is last? Do you wish to use it on this door? Yes. But guess what, guys? We've seen this one. What does this one look like? Do you remember what this one looks like? Muy bien. Let me see if I have a picture of what this one looks like, actually, because I don't think I have a picture of it. I more or less remember it, so let's start with the stuff I remember easy. There were exactly 3 of them, and there were of that structure. Nope, there weren't 3 of them, there were 5. It's not that. It's I think that's right. The outermost thing is wrong. There were big and small circles. Big and small circles. There we go. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna change that thing. Documents. That's alright. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Now that I look at it, that's familiar. Okay, we have a bridge. We have a place. We have a magnifying glass too, which is great. Anything over here? No. Nice drop. So anyway, we have this. We have 3 kings and queens. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough. Oh, that's information about room 46. Nice. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are the ones I tend to ignore, as planning has never been my strong suit. Well then, in true spirit of adventure, I have departed, forsaking both map and plan, and as it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the Old Kingdom, a landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to, Herbert. Finn Aries stamp, Blackbridge Hotel and Spa, Mount Holly Estate, in care of Anne Babbage Reddington, Finn Aries, blah 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 blah. So first he went south, and we have this stamp which says Orinda Aries, which once we get, I will spoil this. We got more books to get. We have to buy them, right? And the books help with the sigils. So we'll go more towards the library in the future, but we did see this one in the back of well, we saw it in the room with all the lanterns when we went down from the tomb, if you recall that one. But it's also the same as what we saw in the Secret Garden. So we knew this one. And if we go back, I mean, I guess we can, but I don't really want to. If we go through and each one of these symbols means something, and so, for instance, the middle means Orinda Aries, which is why we saw Orinda Aries over there. In fact, we didn't look at the map. I guess we didn't. It's not a thing to look into. Okay, it's just a picture. It has the broom thing, the brush, which is interesting. But the Orinda Aries symbol is the crown with the scepter, angel. So the fact that angel's there is actually really confusing. But I don't see any symbols in it. I just see the Orinda symbols. But yeah. So have the crown. That's the angel representing Orinda Aries. That's the symbol for Orinda Aries. They mentioned black. The outer ring means black, is its like symbolic color, if you will. The little square things that there are 5 of mean it had buildings. It was like a metropolis. And the 3, I forget what those mean. It has to do with like the weather, whether it's foggy or windy or stormy or whatever. But yeah, so that had to do with the weather. So all of it meant something, and when you know clues about the area, then you know which one it ought to be. We did get some info on Finn Aries from that one, but also the Morajai box, the Orinda Aries variation. So this entire room is dedicated to Orinda Aries, if you can't tell. Due to the overwhelming and the Morajai boxes, apparently it came from Morajai, which was on the map, it was kind of in the middle to the north. I think it was the hump. But yeah, apparently, so this comes from there. Due to the overwhelming amount of artifacts bearing the Orinda Aries sigil that were destroyed after the war, which we'll find out more about when we have the uncensored version of that one book, Morajai puzzle boxes featuring the infamous black symbol are among the rarest and most valuable collectors can acquire. When black tiles are pressed, the entire row shifts to the right as if on train rails, because they had trains. And we want all four in the black to be in a corner. Press the green and it swaps to the other side, so we can swap that one to the other side. Yellow goes up there, so we can do that. We shall, let's see, what shall we do? Green swaps the corner. Yellow just stays at the top. We can shift that, we can pull this down. Go up would do that. We can switch these back and forth, that doesn't mean anything, but we can do, like, say that. And that would be something. But the question is, how do we get these middle ones down? That's not helpful, but can I go back? No, I can't. I can switch you, push you there. This will pull this guy up. That can put him there. Oh, it's hard to think through. That'll pull you up, and I can push you farther. There we go. And I win. It just took a lot of think-thonking. And it'll always give you allowance tokens, is basically what it is. We saw one in the trader's room the first time we went to the trader post. There's one for every, oh, and we saw one in the Lost and Found. That's where we saw the other one. That's our third one, and that keeps our allowance up to 27, which is fantastic. So that's one sigil undone, unlocked, taken care of. We also have a light coming from nowhere. I guess it's supposed to be coming from up there, but that's really vague. And this one is nice, but I wonder if I have to find one of those that opens and I can get to it. I don't know, that's gonna be weird. Anyway, let's see, I've got 17 steps. How do I want to use them? I don't think, maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I'm gonna try to go back outside and go back to room 46 and see if the logo for that is like lit up or anything. I'm hoping it is lit. I don't think a key corresponds to a particular place. Like you could put them in the wrong order or something like that. But I do. This will take me 13. I have to go to the right, or to the left, I mean. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 to get in, 4, 3, 2, 1. I won't be able to put this back to the bottom, but that's honestly, that's kind of okay. I don't care that much. I'd rather see if there's an indication of the fact that I've done these than to experiment with this being at the bottom to start with. Because there's a call elevator thing that makes me think it probably resets. So to the this way, right? Indeed. Through here. Going up through here. Yes, okay. Also, none of these are going to help us solve that because History of Arindia too much is pulled out. So really what we want to do trophy-wise, no indication, okay. Good to know, but the 8th is going to be this one. But yeah, so I guess that's that. I don't know what time the day ends actually, so I kind of want to see that. I don't want to sit here for an absolute eternity waiting on it. So I'll probably call it a day if it's not 6 o'clock. I'm kind of surprised it isn't 5 o'clock to be honest, but oh, it's a rock. I thought that was a trail. I was like, there's a trail in the back. Okay, cool. But 130 matters too. We'll see stuff related to that. Question is how much matters. Like this obviously matters because we have to put it there. 8 realms in 8 months. We know that 1 is south. So this is where Reddington is. There's one where I think 1's where we start. So that would make 2 south. So yeah, we'll see about that. That's a swan. 130 with stop time. Sinclair, Epson. I think that's Lady Epson. And I think she married Simon Sinclair and had our mother marry Epson for no particular reason. She's an Epson. But that's why she's close to Herbert Sinclair, is because he was her uncle. And that's obviously their relationship because it said so. Our mother married a Jones, who is probably part of the ripped part of that family tree, and I don't know if there is another half, much less where is the other half. Um, but then she had us, and all of that's kind of shown on the sigils because you have Epson, you have Sinclair, and then our mother is Marigold, but there's no bust of her for whatever reason, so that's fascinating. And then Marigold is half of this, and the other half is probably Jones. And it's related to music, but it's obviously not a proper treble clef. It's like half of a treble clef, and I don't understand what that means. Why is this freaking AI treble clef right here? More fascinating questions. So little time. We'll get that figured out as we do the sigil things. We've got the hint here. We've done number 1. 2, we'll have to do a bunch of runs for the vault, which will be, we'll need high gem runs. Honestly, money is what we need because it's not too rare to buy gems. We'll just get throne room whenever we get it. In the meantime, we'll look for the clock situation. We'll try to get the water drained and figure out all of that. Again, throne room, we'll just have to get it when we can get it. We'll go for the school runs. I don't know what the station means. And if we can draft the music room late, we'll try and get the 7th one. I don't know. Also, the fact that it numbers it. The first key is found here on the furthest rank. I don't know if I could have put it in a different door, but it was this one. It's the first. And then second, and third, and fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. There's not a ninth, there's only 8. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And also, with it being 8 realms in 8 days, I guess it's the order of them. Or not 8 days, 8 months. If it's the order of them, we already know that, right? Because we know where they all go from the schoolyard thing. This is Orinda Aries, but that wasn't down. Okay. So this order and this order are different. Because the pentagon was in the middle, and that one was the hourglass. Anyway. So yeah, I guess we'll call it here. It's been a good run. It's been almost 2 hours. Oh my gosh. Probably half of it was me yapping. But very fulfilling. We got the 7th red note, red letter. We got the knight, so we can get the armory. We've gotten the one of the Mount Holly gift shop items. We got back into room 46. So we did accomplish a lot in this. We also kept the treasure trove going. So every time we can draft that, we should, because that's going to really help on the money and the gems kind of runs. And also, if we look under Gemstone Cavern, we have that thing done. So it's actually listed there and not here. Fascinating. Fascinating. But that will probably do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. We will call it a day, and we will see what we got, and we will call it there. Garden Shopping Center of the Dead. What an epitaph, you know? That's an insane. Can you imagine going to a mall and that's just like Olive Tree Mall, Garden Shopping Center of the Dead? It's like, what are you? That's an insane epitaph. 4 green rooms, 4 shop rooms, and 12 dead-end rooms. Well, we have so many dead-end rooms, so we kind of have to deal with it. Total rooms 43. We didn't figure out all 45, but it's okay. If we'd had one more mechanical room, we probably could have. Rank reached 10, which is nice. Steps taken 178, which is pretty cool. Items found 17, new rooms 4. Also, I noticed that in the total rooms, it's counting the antechamber but not the tool shed, the outer room. Or vice versa, it's counting the tool room and the tool shed and not the antechamber. But it still adds up to be 45. Yeah, items found 17 and new rooms 4. The new rooms are the armory, the trophy room, maybe the Cloister of Rinna. I don't know if I've used that one yet or not. I think we've used the Mechanarium. We've used the treasure trove, obviously. What else was new? Oh, the study. The study was new. So yeah, Cloister of Rinna. I think we said study, armory, and vault. Probably the 4. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye!